Conservative MP who's also a member of the Home Affairs Select Committee in the House of Commons. Tim Loughton, thank you very much for being with us. And you were locked into the chamber of the
Indeed.
Commons yesterday. What are your thoughts after this attack?
Well, this was a lone attack by the looks of it. If the intention was to get into Parliament, cause absolute mayhem and disrupt our democracy, it failed. 4 people have lost their lives, including the assailant, very tragically for those innocent victims. But Parliament is getting on with its business. We are not going to be undermined by this form of terrorism. Debates are going on. A statement was made this morning. All our thoughts and prayers with the families of the victims, and we hope those casualty numbers are not added to. But this attack has failed, and it will always fail.
How important was it that MPs carried on not as normal, but just carried on with work and debate in the Chamber of the Commons today?
It was absolutely essential, and there was, of course, a sombre mood around the place, as there would be, and very emotional tributes being made after, I thought, a very dignified but determined statement by the Prime Minister, echoed by Jeremy Corbyn and people on all sides. And now we are back to business, and we will carry on with the business of the democratic job that we have to do in this country. London has gone about its business today. These people cannot succeed. They have failed.
Do you want to see security around the Palace of Westminster increased, improved?
Well, let's be clear, security has always been very tight. It's been heightened over recent years. The attacker only just got through the gates yesterday before he was thwarted. We have many police officers and other members of staff quite heavily armed. We need a balance between having a protection for parliamentarians and other people in the Palace of Westminster going about their work, but being accessible to the public. We are an open, living democracy. We must not cocoon ourselves or cut ourselves off from the people that we serve outside. We've got to get the balance right, but these are decisions for the experts in the police, the security services, the staff at the House of Commons to make those decisions, how best to defend our democracy and those people who work in it.
And the Prime Minister told MPs and told the country that the attacker was British-born, had been on the radar of the MI5 in years, a few years ago, but was a peripheral figure. Does that worry you that somebody like that had been on the radar but was not under surveillance?
Well, we need to know exactly what's happened, and that is the job of the police. This attack happened less than 24 hours ago, so let's not try and prejudge it. The Home Affairs Select Committee has been carrying out a study into extremism and radicalisation, and the big thing that we have wrangled with is why there are homegrown extremists and terrorists who, for some reason, take the route of violence against people they have grown up with, lived alongside, and it looks as though yesterday's attacker falls into that category. We need to do further work to see what motivates this people and what more we can do to deter them and make sure they never get near the harm that we saw they could do yesterday.
It's always a problem, isn't it, for the security services? I mean, we know that they've intercepted a number of plots in recent years, but it's a problem in the sense of manpower. You can't keep everybody who is on your radar under 24-hour surveillance.
Absolutely, and we know that the security services are looking at many hundreds of people. This is a huge job of work, and it's not just up to the security services and the police. Every one of us has a job and a duty to be vigilant, but I certainly want to pay tribute, and it's not been mentioned much, to the job that the security service and the anti-terrorism police, led by Mark Rowley at Scotland Yard, have done in preparing for this. The security measures swung into action very quickly, very efficiently yesterday, and I'm sure averted a much greater tragedy than this turned out to be.
All right, Tim Loughton of the Home Affairs Select Committee and Conservative MP, thank you very much indeed for being with us here at Westminster. Just to say that the police are urging anyone who's got any information about the events in Westminster to get in touch with them immediately and as soon as possible. Members of the public are being asked to call the anti-terror hotline.